All right, if everybody is ready and that the appointed time has come across according to the MacBook to the left of me, so I'd like to welcome everybody to this meeting of the Village of Skokie Zoning Board of Appeals. The Zoning Board of Appeals is created by the statutes of the state of Illinois and by the ordinances of the Village of Skokie for the purpose of granting proper case relief from the strict terms of our zoning ordinances. The decision of this board to either grant or deny relief will be based upon the evidence presented to it and how that evidence is related to the standards for granting relief. All persons who have an interest in a case, either as a petitioner or as a member of the public, either supporting or opposing the petition, or as an independent witness, will be given a chance to speak on the record and to express his or her points of view. The Zoning Board of Appeals is not a court of law, and therefore we do not follow the strict rules of evidence. However, this hearing will be conducted in such a manner as to hear only competent evidence or statements. Questions as to procedure, interpretation, and of the admissibility of statements or evidence will be ruled upon by Corporation Counsel Tyler Kobilski, and his legal decisions will be binding upon this board. Certain cases require a covenant running with the land. This will be prepared and recorded by the Village of Skokie Legal Department, and this is done at the petitioner's expense. Whether or not a covenant is required is a determination to be made by the Corporation Counsel at the conclusion of each individual case. If a covenant running with the land is required, it cannot or will not be prepared until our court reporter has returned to the Zoning Board of Appeals a transcript of these proceedings. The Village of Skokie will notify each petitioner when the covenant has been prepared and is ready for signature. No building permits can be applied for or issued until the covenant is signed by the petitioner. Should a petition for variation be denied, or should a covenant not be required, the Board of Trustees will authorize a refund of any required fees. Let's see. Should it be necessary for the petitioner to request a continuance due to a lack of preparation, case continuation fee of 1/2 of the original application fee is due prior to the rehearing date. This request must be made before any testimony begins. All petitioners must receive a vote of the majority of the zoning board present in order to decide any matter under consideration. Our full complement is 9 members, and tonight's complement is 9 members, making 5 votes necessary to make a determination on a petition. Let's see. So on the agenda tonight, we only have one solitary case, which is 2017-12Z, a variation for off-street parking. In this particular case, I'll ask Corporation Counsel, has proper notice been served and notarized?
Notice is proper and correct.
All right, very good. Thank you much. Okay, in our packet for the evening, we have the minutes from our last meeting from November 1st, 2017. Gee, that was such a long time ago. And if everybody's in that case was 2017-11C, 3711 Arcadia Street, which the motion to grant was passed 9-0. And if everybody's had a chance to read the minutes, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? Okay.
Second.
Okay, thank you. All right, Commissioner Kirkpatrick, seconded by Commissioner Perlin. Voice vote all in favor?
Aye. Yes.
All right, thank you. Marlene, thank you as always. Okay. All right. Usually when we have a large contingent in the audience, we ask people to stand up so they can all be sworn in at once if they come to speak at the podium. So if you would like, if both of you would like to stand, I'd like to swear you in. Do you affirm that the testimony you are about to give is true and correct to the best of your knowledge or belief? Please answer in the affirmative. Okay, thank you. You don't need to sit down. You can probably go ahead and come to the podium, because at this point we will go ahead and move forward with your case. And tonight we have Commissioner Perlin presenting your case. So, Richard, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, so this is case number 2017-12Z. The address is 3835 White Cloud Drive in Skokie. Noah and Suzanne Mishkin, on behalf of Kipnis Architecture Plus Planning, request a variation in order to add a bedroom, increasing the number of bedrooms on site from 4 to 5, resulting in the continuation of one off-street parking space rather than two off-street parking space minimum, as required by sections 118-201 parentheses 2 and 118-218 parentheses 1 of the zoning chapter of the Skokie Village Code in an R1 single-family district. And I'm going to read now a couple of things into the record. And the first thing that I'd like to read into the record, I believe there's an authorization here to have, from the property owner, to have the architect also represent him. And so to whom it may concern, as owner and resident of the single-family home located at 3835 White Cloud Drive in Skokie, I authorize Kipnis Architecture Plus Planning as applicant for the above referenced zoning variation request. If you have any questions regarding this matter, feel free to contact me directly. So that's an authorization or power of attorney to have the architects represent him in this hearing. I'm also going to read the petitioner's statement. As owner and resident of the single-family home located at 3835 White Cloud Drive in Skokie, I would like to state that the current existing conditions of our residence would not allow for an additional parking space within the buildable area of the lot. My existing home is a 4-bedroom, single-family home, and we were recently granted a permit for an addition in the rear, reconfiguring the upper floor and adding a bedroom on the upper floor. As a result, the existing bedroom on the ground level was required to be converted to a den to circumvent the additional parking requirement and maintaining the home as a 4-bedroom, single-family residence. I would like to convert this existing room back to a bedroom as originally intended and request relief from the parking requirement. There is currently enough length in the driveway to park 2 cars in tandem, typically done in my neighborhood with similarly configured homes, and allowing for our family to reasonably have more than one vehicle. The limitation is mainly due to the existing position of the house, lack of alley access, and the existing width of the lot, allowing for only one parking space adjacent to the front of the home. Without a variance, this would not be allowed, and the existing ground level room would not be able to be used as a bedroom as originally intended. Similar properties in my neighborhood have done similar additions, so this request would not be an unusual request and would not have an impact on the surrounding community. There's one more thing I'd like to read into the record, and this is from the Community Development Department. The petitioner is proposing to add a bedroom by converting an office back to a bedroom while maintaining one off-street parking space. The petitioner applied for a building permit in August of 2017. The permit was denied because the petitioner proposed adding a bedroom while continuing one off-street parking space. The revised plan converted a bedroom to an office, and the permit was approved. Now the petitioner is proposing to convert that room back to a bedroom. The site does not abut an alley and cannot add another legal parking space without asking for a front yard parking variation. The site can accommodate easily one vehicle in the driveway and one in the carport. When staff visited the site, there was plenty of street parking available. Commissioner O'Donnell, would you like me to give my impressions of this case?
Actually, Richard, I think let's cut it off right there. I want, for starters, I want to let you give your voice a rest and have a sip of water.
It won't matter.
And it won't matter?
No.
No, okay. But I'd like to get the petitioner on the record for some of this. Are we having technical difficulties?
Go ahead.
Am I clipping a little too much?
No, you're good.
I'm good, okay. Leave it to our technical expert from the Mac store next to me to figure out any bugs as far as electronics are concerned. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
May we have your name and spell it so we can have it for the record, please?
It's Nathan Kipnis.
Okay.
K-I-P-N-I-S.
Okay, and you are representing the
Yes.
homeowner tonight?
Yes.
Who is also in the audience, I take it?
Yes.
Okay, great, good evening. Yeah. All right, Mr. Kipnis, please tell us why we're here tonight.
Well, I mean, I think that summary was very accurate. So we're doing an addition, and again, not unlike other projects in the neighborhood, all very similar houses and very similar lot configurations. And We took out one bedroom on the second floor to make a pathway to get to two bedrooms, so one net add bedroom. And then we had run into the problem of wanting to deconvert that to get approval, and actually commend my client for honesty of that this is a bedroom, and we would like it to be counted as a bedroom. And so again, the parking is as good as it can be. It's landlocked every which way, so we really have no option. It's kind of I mean, the developer could have flipped the house way back when and shifted some stuff around, and you could have gotten two, but that's water under the bridge.
Yeah, Monday morning quarterbacking.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay, anything else you'd like to add at this point, or?
No, again, I think it's, when you look at that whole street, it's, this is not out of the ordinary. This is not gonna make people question why it's being done or anything. It's pretty straightforward.
Right, sure, certainly. Okay, well, in that case, we'll get back to Commissioner Perlin, because I know he's chomping at the bit to give us his impression on the case, so, yes, Richard?
Well, at the expense of being redundant, I will be redundant. The lot is relatively narrow, so there's clearly no room to put another parking place on here, and even if it would be permitted, it would certainly look very odd. There's no alley in back. So there's really no opportunity to build a garage, build some other parking space. The driveway is partly covered by a nice carport. Beyond the carport is more driveway. It can easily accommodate two cars, as was noted. Looking at the front of the house, you could accommodate maybe one large car or maybe two small cars in front without intruding on, being in front of a neighbor's property. I'd probably say more houses than not on that street use the combination of carports and driveways. A few of them have relatively small garages. This house is very typical for the houses on that street, which, by the way, that only runs for a block, so it's not heavily trafficked. I went by later at night, which should be a time that would stress the parking, and I'd probably say no more than half of the available parking was used, so there's certainly no concern there. And so, I think there would seem to be no problem with this, from my perspective.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions, comments? Anything else? Oh, yeah, Commissioner Frank.
Oh, and I just want to say one thing. There was construction going on, and that's always nice to see.
Yeah.
People adding on to their houses and building things in Skokie.
Absolutely. I concur with that 100%. Okay, yes, Commissioner Franklin.
So I was just going to say that I walk in that area pretty frequently, and I also at different times, don't really notice any sort of issues with parking availability.
Okay. Yeah, it's nasty. It's some major, it's not feedback, but
I'm talking too loud.
too much reverb or something, huh? Yeah.
Say something.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
We can understand.
I remember that.
Okay, yeah, that's better, I believe. Well, that being said, I don't think this meeting's going to be lasting too much longer anyway, the way that it's going right now. Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Franklin, for mentioning that. Like it said at the end of the community development notes, that there was plenty of off-street parking available when the staff visited too, so that was good to see. Anything in closing you'd like to add, Mr. Kipnis?
No, I think that sums it up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just one thing I wanted to say too, and I agree with Commissioner Perlin. Timber Ridge is like kind of a unique area. New England villages like that, Williamsburg is like that as well, where it's just a unique sort of community with all these different configurations. It's not a cookie cutter like you see in probably the vast majority of Skokie. So that's why we have cases like that, and that's why people are coming here to seek relief, and that's the name of the game. So anyway, I digress. So that all being said, nobody else is saying anything, and I'm about out. So that being said, the chair will entertain a motion.
Yes, Chairman O'Donnell, I would like to propose a motion to grant a variance to the petitioner as follows, that Noah and Suzanne Mishkin are the owners of the lot described in case number 2017-12Z of the property located at 3835 White Cloud Drive, Skokie, Cook County, Illinois. That said lot is a plotted lot of record and is abutted by single-family homes on the east and the west. That a determination has been made in which the petitioner's request is consistent with a majority of the findings of fact as stated in the Village of Skokie zoning chapter. I therefore propose that a variance be granted to the petitioner for giving failure to comply with the requirements of the zoning ordinance of the Village of Skokie as amended, and specifically these are sections 118-201 parentheses 2 and 118-218 parentheses 1 of the zoning ordinance of the Village of Skokie. And this is specifically for off-street parking requirements. That the petitioner be granted the variance. There are no specific conditions except that all other codes and ordinances of the Village of Skokie shall be fully and strictly complied with.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve without conditions.
Second?
Okay, Commissioner Franklin seconds. Then the chair will go ahead and take the roll. Commissioner Salovey?
Aye.
Commissioner Arden?
Aye.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Aye.
Commissioner Jacobson?
Aye.
Commissioner Gersner?
Aye.
Let's see, Commissioner Shaw?
Yes.
Commissioner Franklin?
Aye.
And Commissioner Perlin?
Yes.
And the chair will vote aye. Okay, so in the matter of 2017-12Z, a motion to approve the variance has been granted unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank
From here on, Corporation Counsel, what does the petitioner need to know?
We will prepare the covenant in the next couple of weeks, and then when it's ready for the property owner's signature, we'll let you know.
All right, very good, thank you.
And I'd just like to, first of all, wish you the best of luck on your project. And secondly, I think it goes with notice that all of us here recognize that you were being very honest in saying that, yes, this was an extra bedroom and not a study.
Yep. A rarity.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
You will have to submit a revised floor plan to update the building permit for a re-review for zoning, building. There'll be a couple reviews for you, so you'll have to submit a revision.
Okay. Thank you.
all right, good luck with your project.
Thanks.
All right, you're very welcome. Okay, that's all we have for tonight. And if you also looked in your packet closely enough, you saw that we have no meeting on January 3rd and no meeting on January 17th. So what's the outlook for meetings look like for February, staff?
There's discussion on several cases, but no submittal as of yet.
Okay, all right. Yep.
Are we off the record yet?
No, we are not. I have not yet adjourned the meeting. Is there anything you would like to speak on the record?
Nothing on the record.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak on the record about anything? No? Okay. In that case, before we adjourn, I'd like to wish everybody a happy holidays. I don't know what that is, but that's going right in the garbage. I want to wish everybody a happy holidays, happy new year, et cetera, and look forward to seeing y'all. Look forward to seeing y'all, and hopefully the first Wednesday in February, if not sooner. So, that being said, hello out there in TV land. Happy holidays to you all too, and happy new year. This meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals is adjourned. Thank you.